In this video, we have some true-false statements. You want to test yourself on this, pause the video as needed, and see if you can respond. So for number 1, we have -5 quantity squared here equals to 25. And the correct response for this one is false. It's written in this form. Doesn't have parentheses on the negative. So basically it's saying square this, that's 25, and then apply the negative. Now if it was written in this form, here the base is 5 for the exponent, and then you apply the negative. You put it this way, the base is -5, you square that, -5 times -5 then would be 25. In this case it's false. So obviously for the second one, it has parentheses. So this is 4 factors of -5 is 81. This one is true. For number 3, we have a monomial quantity cubed. So using properties of exponents, everything in the parentheses would be cubed. So for the x squared, isolate that and then you cube it. Then power to a power, you multiply the exponents. 3 times 2 would give me 6. So I took this and cubed it, it would give me x to the 6. The same way, if I take the y to the 3rd and cubed it, power to a power, multiply the exponents, 3 times 2 would give me 9. And then what some students do here, begin to have it, okay, power to a power, multiply the exponents, so they'll take this one, 2 to the 3rd, and then multiply 3 times 2 and get 6. But remember, this applies to the exponent. So it's 3 times 1 is 3, and then 2 to the 3rd would be 8. So this one is false. Now for number 4, it's just dealing with negative exponents. So if you have some base a taken to a negative power, that's the same thing as 1 over a to the positive n. So it takes us to the denominator. So for something like this, it's not -3 times 3. This would be 1 over 3 to the 3rd, which is 1 over 27. So this one's false. Number 5, we have y plus 2 quantity squared. That means y plus 2 times y plus 2. So here you multiply the components of y times y is y squared. 2 times 2 is 4. And then the inner product is 2y. The outer product over here is 2y. 2y and 2y is 4y. So this one's true. 6 involves I, the imaginary unit, so complex number can be written in the form a plus bi. A and b are real, but I is the imaginary unit, so I is the square root. Let's go to -1. And I squared is -1. So if you rewrite I to the 100th power as I squared to the 50th, power to a power, multiply the exponent, so that's the same thing as this, but the I squared is a -1. Anytime you take a negative number to an even power, which is the case here, comes out positive. So a -1 to an even power is always going to be 1. So this one is true. For number 7, the equation x to the 4th plus 64 is equal to 0 has no real solution. So again, you got x to the 4th, even power. If you take any real number, here we're dealing with real numbers then, and take it to a 4th power, even, this will always be non-negative. Obviously, if x is 0, it's going to be 0. So 0 or some positive number added to 64 is never going to give you 0. So this one has no real solution. That's true. Now for number 8, a fifth-degree polynomial has at least one real 0. So if you have an odd-degree polynomial such as, let's say, y equal x to the third, the graph of this goes something like this, passes through the origin there, then goes up. The graph of x to the fifth is similar. If it has more terms there, then you might have several loops like this. Odd degree, the graph, if the coefficient is positive, the graph will go up on the right side and down on the left side. If the graph is somewhere up here or down here, it's going to cross the x-axis at least once. And that's going to give you the x-intercepts. So this one has one x-intercept at 0, 0, which means it's going to have 1, 0. So any odd-degree polynomial is going to have at least one real 0, which means at least one x-intercept. This one is true. A vertical line has a slope of 0. This one is false. Vertical line has an undefined slope. Now if you got a horizontal line, something like y equal to 2, y equal to 3, looks like that, the slope is 0. So the slope is 0 for a horizontal line. For a vertical line, it has undefined slope, or sometimes we say it has no slope. For number 10, the slope of the line given by y equal or y plus 2x equal to 8 is 2. Well, the slope-intercept form of a line looks like this, has this form, y equal mx plus b. If you haven't solved for y, this is called the slope-intercept form. The coefficient of the x, right here, would give you the slope. The b would be the y-intercept, which would be 0b. So if I take this one and solve it for y, this would be taking this over minus 2x plus 8. The coefficient of the x is negative 2. So the slope is negative 2, not 2. So this is false. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.